Hi everyone, I'm Kimmy Bohannon and I'm the owner and founder of The Weekly Juicery and the creator of The Juice Ritual. I'm so excited to have you be a part of our Juice Ritual family, and I want to be the first to welcome you into our signature program. You are going to absolutely wake up the following day looking your best, feeling your best, which makes you able to do your best work in the world. It's all connected. If you've ever had the experience of sort of like feeling like you're really moving through sand throughout your day, or things just really aren't going as they need to go for you, then perhaps you sort of have a disconnect between your emotional and your physical and your spiritual body. The Juice Ritual will also help with that. It is an amazing way to sort of get your entire body working in sync so that you can do your best work in the world and feel amazing. Here's the thing, you deserve to feel amazing. If you don't feel amazing, then something is wrong. So I want to really equip you and empower you to really take a look at how you feel and help you feel amazing, and to fall in love with this idea that to feel amazing, we have to chase good health. I'm absolutely passionate about chasing good health. I've been drinking juice during fasting work for over 10 years. I absolutely know how to put together the best day of juice that you could ever get. I'm also going to give you access to our 52 Weeks of Chasing Good Health program. You'll get access to the beginning, sort of the intro to that program, as well as the first couple of weeks, so that you can see what it feels like to be inside our Juice Ritual Mastermind and VIP group, where we do the Juice Ritual together as a community around the country once each month. It is an amazing experience, and I promise you, you will not fall too far off track your health journey, and this idea of chasing good health will stay the very forward in your mind if you join us. You will also be able to purchase the 52 Weeks of Chasing Good Health programming, where we teach you a new tip and trick and strategy every single week to help you fall in love with chasing good health. It is not my goal to be your expert. It is not my goal to be your guru. It is my goal to be your guide. I want you to fall in love with chasing good health for you, because you will always be your own best health expert. You are your own best primary care physician. I can promise you that. So I want to help you and equip you with the knowledge that you need to fall in love with chasing good health. As an example, this week, inside of our Juice Ritual Mastermind group, we focused on vitamin D, understanding what it does for our body, how to get it, how to know if we're deficient, and what we could do if we need to supplement. Those types of things are key to chasing good health and are missed by many modern healthcare physical appointments. Chasing good health is much more than just looking at our blood work and getting a check mark once each year. It is falling in love with the idea of feeling amazing and doing our best work in the world. Welcome to your day of juice. We are very different than many juice fast, juice cleanses, juice work that you've done in the past for several reasons. Number one, our juices are certified organic by the USDA. If the juice product you're drinking does not have a USDA seal on it, you should absolutely positively skip it. Drinking water would be a much better choice. Drinking juice that is full of pesticides, which are harmful for our body, herbicides, all of the sides, that is not an uplifting experience for our body. We are going to be flooding our body with 24 pounds of organic plants, which is nature's perfect fuel. If the plant has been systemically or chemically or structurally altered with a synthetic pesticide, it is not for us as humans. Therefore, make sure that your juice and our juice has the USDA certified organic seal. Secondly, we do not front load our juices with lots of fruit sugars. I'm not a fruit hater, and I always want to make sure that you know that I have fruit nearly every day of my life. I like to eat fruit, or I like to have a small amount of fruit in my smoothie, but I don't want to drink a juice with tons of fruit sugars because we want to avoid a big, huge insulin response in our body. What we want to do is give our body a supported day of digestive rest. When we do that, our body can actually have time to turn inward and begin some healing and restoration processes. So our juices are vegetable centric. It is the plants, the vegetables, that is the game changer in juice. You'll find things like beets and kale as the first ingredient in our juice, because we want to provide you with a juice experience and a day of juice experience that is unparalleled to anyone else. We make the best juice that you can find anywhere in the United States. There is no question about that. And I personally curate a fast for you every single month. That changes from time to time. You'll not always receive the same juices. And I can talk about that in a second, because it's really important to me to make sure that I'm taking advantage of seasonal trends and what our bodies tend to need with the changing seasons. The last reason that our day of juice and the juice ritual is different than many of the juice cleanses that you have seen and found on the market is we do not add water or any other harmful additives to our juice. The juice that you are drinking is absolutely very potent and very, very well made, so that you are getting the absolute best product that you can find anywhere, and it makes a difference. If you're drinking juices that have added water, you'll notice a very dulled color that's not vibrant. You'll notice a dulled taste that's not vibrant. And that is not the kind of product that we want to support, and not the kind of product that we want to send to you during your very important day of juice. I'm going to move now to talk to you about what you might get inside the juice ritual, because if you're watching this video and you're doing a day of juice and the juice ritual in June, the juices that you receive are going to be very different than the juices that you might receive if you're watching this video and doing the day of juice in, say, January. Those seasons are very different for our body, and what our bodies need are very different. Example, in the summer, we need more lighter things, lighter foods. We should be moving and sort of transitioning our taste buds away from the heavier, denser foods of winter to the lighter fare of summer. The same is true with drinking juice. So if you are doing this in the summer, you might notice that you have one of our bestsellers called the Felon Melon included. That's available during only the months, say June till September, because organic watermelons are not available in January, and we typically don't crave those lighter flavors of summer in the depths of winter. So that's an example of something that would be very seasonal. I always do try and include some seasonal favorites when I can, and I also know that in wintertime our body needs to be supported with things like the immunity tonic, because there are lots of viruses and things going around. So the immunity tonic is something that you would find perhaps in winter, but maybe not in the summer months so much. Beets will be heavier in the rotation in winter because those are dark root vegetables that are popular in the winter. Our bodies need those things. We need more energy in the winter, which beets provide, because we don't have as much sunlight. We don't have as much natural energy. So I'm very thoughtful about the day of juice that I put together at each season and even each month. You might find things like green lemonade or a dark green juice in just about every juice ritual. You might find things like Cool Kale Energy, especially in the winter months. Again, we need what beets do for us more so in the winter, although I do love drinking beets any time of year, but that's just an example. Things like the inflammation tonic. Most of us always have inflammation, and so a little extra than what we probably need. Some acute inflammation, if we hurt ourselves, is absolutely what our body should do. We should not have excess inflammation. We shouldn't be holding on to lots of fluff and bloat. That's not a good indicator that our body is functioning optimally. We even put in some seasonal favorites like Cucumber Crush. This is a very popular drink in the summer when local cucumbers are ready and available organically. This is a drink that's super light and airy and very supportive for our skin, our hair. It's amazing. So these are some examples of some juices that you might receive. Another great example is Special Schizandra. This is a special juice that we ran in our retail stores. We'll be potentially putting this through for shipping later this summer. So those are examples of things that you would receive. To say that you will always receive those juices is not true. We get a lot of people that write to us to say, oh, I didn't get such and such. Well, that's because that was more of a winter juice for us, and not something that we really put into our day of juice in the summer. So I hope that makes sense. Trust that I am curating a very excellent, well thought out day of juice for you at any season. Again, I've been doing this for a long time, and I know exactly what our bodies need in each changing season. I also want to talk to you a little bit about the how to, when to, what not to do, when you should do, all those types of things, because I think they are very important. Number one, the night before your fast, you do not want to flood your body with a big, huge meal, kind of like Last Supper mentality. It's unnecessary, and we really shouldn't be flooding our body with that much food at one time, especially in the evening. So let's be thinking about moving our fare to a more vegetarian or vegan fare where we might have a light salad, potentially a baked sweet potato, something on the lighter side that's easy for our body to digest. Remember, we're moving into a fast, and so we want to do so slowly. We'd want to give up animal fleshes, any meats, any cow's dairy, really focus on more plants, vegetables, that sort of thing. The morning that you begin your day of juice, if you are a coffee drinker, it's perfectly acceptable to have a cup of coffee. If you're somebody who tends to abuse coffee or go overboard, perhaps the day of juice is the time to really say, are you using coffee, or is coffee really controlling you? And sometimes asking yourself that important question would give you answers to, you know what, this really is not supporting my best health, potentially doing some damage to your adrenal glands if you're overdoing it in your adrenal system, and really just not helping you, be the best version of you and chasing good health. So if you have one cup and you're good to go, then absolutely you could have black coffee. If you are somebody who wants to maybe spend a day without caffeine or a little less caffeine, herbal tea would be the best way to go, and you could enjoy that at any time. Especially if you're doing the juice ritual in winter months, having something warm to drink, because the juices are going to be super cold, is really helpful, and you can have herbal tea throughout the day. If you're enjoying juice in the summer months, you might find that you want to have something sort of a little different or a little bubbly in the evening. A sparkling water would be absolutely fine. And my favorite brand of that is Mountain Valley sparkling water. It comes in a dark green glass bottle, and they make the best sparkling water you can find. You can actually order directly from Mountain Valley, I believe, from Amazon, or you can buy it at most groceries. Again, any sparkling water will do, but I do like to give you what I think to be the best of the best recommendations. You're going to start your day of juice with a juice that you choose. I like to begin the day of juice day with a juice called the Lovely Lemon. It's nearly almost always included in our day of juice because it's just a great start to the day. If the Lovely Lemon's a little too lively for you because it does have cayenne pepper, you can actually split that juice throughout water during the day. During our day of juice, we're going to focus on trying to drink at least 100 ounces of room temperature water. If that's too much water for you, because you are going to be drinking juices, that's okay. But we just don't want to drink zero water. We want to be focusing on staying hydrated. Room temperature is the best way to drink your water. We do not need to be drinking water that is icy cold. Much easier for our body to assimilate when it is room temperature, because remember, the temperature of our body is 98.6 or thereabouts. So putting in something super cold, that just makes sense. So room temperature water is best. After that, the order that you choose to enjoy your juices is up to you. And this is like one of the best, or the biggest questions we get, but truth in part, it's really up to you. Generally speaking, I like to start with the greens. I like to have, let's say, the Felamelin or the inflammation tonic maybe after a workout. And the answer is yes, you should still continue moving your body and working out on your day of juice. We should always be moving our body. One small caveat to that would be if this is your day to do your 20-mile long run, if you're training for a marathon, potentially the day of juice is not the day to do that. But generally speaking, we should be moving our body and exercising as we typically do. So I love saving the inflammation tonic, potentially the immunity tonic if it's winter, or the Felamelin if it's summer. The tonics I love during the middle of the day. I'm a beet lover, so sometimes if beets are included, especially in the winter, I'll save those for mid-afternoon. And so it's really up to you how you order your juices. You might do it one way, the juice ritual in June, and you may switch the order up the next month. It's totally up to you. And I think people really want to have an exact order, but it just really doesn't matter. So you could even try one, and if you love it, it feels really good right then, drink it. If you're like, whew, maybe I'll save that one for a little later. You can really do it, tailor it to you. You may also find that you might not have the time or really the need to drink all 6 juices in one day. And that is okay too. We are all bio individuals. We want to give you a lot of juice so that you feel fully supported, 24 pounds of organic produce coming into your body during the day of juice. But should you want to save a juice for the next day to break your fast, or save a couple juices, that is okay too. So I just wanted to give you permission to do that right off the bat, because it's another big question that we receive. So the order of juices is not that important. However, I would love for you to finish your last juice before 8 p.m., which generally then would be spacing them around 2 hours apart. But again, we are all bio individuals. You may be somebody who goes to bed at 8, and that would mean that you would want to finish your juice around 6. So I'm just trying to give you some general speed. We wouldn't want to pour a lot of juice in. Never want to eat a lot of food and then go right to bed. This is not the best way to chase good health. So same is true with juice. So let's finish our juice around 2 hours before bedtime, which for me is generally around 9:30 or 10. So that would mean, you can back that number up. When we're gonna be going to bed the evening of the juice ritual, it's my hope for you that you will finish your last juice, go to bed, have a wonderful night's rest. Your body is still achieving those fasting hours, right? And the next day when we wake up, potentially we continue with the fasting hours, accumulate as many fasting hours as possible, and we break our fast the next day, say 10 or 11 or 12. That's a long period of digestive rest. The longer the better. We can give our body time to heal, to rest, repair, without pouring in too much food too often, and food in the wrong combinations. When your body has a chance to heal, you'll notice you have a very restful night's sleep. You'll notice that your emotional body is a little more clear, and that you can move forward the next day with a lot of clarity in motion of what you want to do in the world. And you'll notice that your overall outlook is so much more elevated than the day before, because it's all connected. Your mind, your body, your spirit, all connected. So when we give our physical body rest, our emotional body, we can do some work there. And when we can do some work there, then our spiritual vision can become more clear. So it's all really connected. And to say that a day of juice is only beneficial for our physical body is really missing a big part of this. And that's part of the reason I want to teach this work. And part of the reason that our day of juice is very grounded in education, because I want you to use this as a jumping off point. And so I'm going to talk about that in just a second. So really the mechanics of our day of juice I think we've really addressed that. The only thing I think I missed was no gum chewing and no mint eating. That's a habit I would love to see you get rid of, period, because that tells our body that food is coming. And in this case, food is not coming. And so we don't want to cue our body up for digestion when we're not going to digest anything. So, generally speaking, gum is a bad idea. Generally speaking, mint eating is a bad idea. So if that's a habit that you can let go of and sort of use this again as a jumping off point, that would be amazing. It would be a huge health elevation for you. When we wake up the next day, again, the longer we can extend our fast, the better. You could break your fast. We want to be exiting the fast the same way that we went in, which is we're going to slowly emerge as a more vegetarian, more vegan fare, and then slowly make our way back to, if we enjoy animal flesh, is great. If we enjoy cow's dairy, that's up to you. I would encourage you to do a little research there and determine if that's right for you, especially on the cow's dairy part, because it's typically very inflaming for most humans. However, if it's not a problem for you and you're going to work your way back to it, great. But that's not going to be our first meal. We're going to break our fast with a juice if we saved one, potentially my green smoothie, which you'll have access to learn how to make it. You can make a green smoothie for an entire week at home, certified organic, for less than $15 a week and less than 8 minutes a morning. It is so fast, it's so easy, and we'll teach you how to do that. Or you could potentially have some steamed vegetables. Again, we want to make things that are super easy for our body to digest. A bowl of soup, again, it's pureed, much easier for our body to digest. Or a baked sweet potato is a great example. So those are some good fast breakers. In the evening, potentially you have a small salad. Again, we want to be keeping our food quantities small. Most of us overfill our body. Even if we're eating the most healthy of foods, we're all guilty of overfilling our body. We're all guilty of just inhaling our food in such a fashion with no intention that we actually sometimes even forget to chew our food thoroughly. So my hope, and another part of this that I would love to see you use as a takeaway, is learning that every bite of food that we chew, especially after our day of juice, should be chewed 20 times. That tells our digestive fluid to get going. That tells our body, it actually sends messages downstream to know what type of food is coming. When we skip the chewing step, we really miss that that internal expert sort of wisdom that's there and built into this wonderful system of our body that actually tells the stomach what to be ready for. So it's very, very important that we chew our food, and a great way for you to chase good health that costs $0. You'll also find as an added side effect that you don't eat as much because you're tired of chewing. So try that as an experiment the day after your day of juice, and you'll see what I mean. I'd love to hear your feedback. I typically get tons of messages about that later. So that is a good example of what you could expect to experience and learn inside our Juice Ritual Mastermind and VIP group. Each month, we all together do a day of juice in the Juice Ritual all together. And I teach inside of that program as part of the curriculum 52 weeks of Chasing Good Health, where you will learn and have the ability to practice one Chasing Good Health strategy every single week. The chewing food is a great example. We've talked about digestion, we've talked about vitamin D, we've talked about hydration. We do some emotional and spiritual body connections. So at the end of 52 weeks, you'll have 52 practices that you can take on and apply to your life to chase good health. I promise you that you will always be your own best expert at chasing good health, and you will always be your own best primary care physician. I want to equip and empower you to do that. It is my goal and my mission to make sure that you fall in love with chasing good health, because no one's going to do that better for you than you, ever. I will never say that I'm your expert, and I will never say that I'm your guru. I want to be your guide to help you really succeed at learning to love to chase good health, because when you do, you will look your best, you will feel your best, and you will do amazing work in this world. And you deserve to feel amazing. You really do. Modern aging is absolutely mythical. It is not, our bodies were not designed to decompose as we age. We should have a really youthful countenance that's full of vibrancy and energy at any decade of our life. And it is my hope for you that you fall in love with this idea and that you would consider joining us inside of our Juice Ritual VIP and Mastermind group, because I would love to have you and I would love to get to know you and your journey. I hope that your day of juice is amazing. If we did not answer your question in this video, if I did not answer it and you have it, I want to invite you to reach out to our team. That's probably the last big differential between many of the juice cleanses fasts that you can find in the market. We are all about education, we are all about teaching, and we have been from the very beginning. You can call our juice concierge Elizabeth at any time during your day of juice. The number is 859-550-3218. She has years of experience in fasting. We have done together many 10-day plus green juice fasts, so she has probably heard and answered just about any question you can think of. She's happy to help you, and it is not a bother to our team. That's what we're here for. That's why this is a guided experience, so that you really can get the most bang for your buck, and that you can use this as a jumping off point to chase good health. You could also write your question into our Chasing Good Health Facebook group or our Juice Ritual Facebook group, either one, and we will come in and answer the question for you, because chances are someone else may have your question. I hope that you have enjoyed this video today. I hope that it helped you get going with your day of juice. And again, if I missed any questions, please reach out to our team. I'm so thankful to be your guide on this journey, and I hope that you fall in love with chasing good health.